let your peace align. Natural care bringing calm to you. Time out candle cold, shining true. Shining true, yeah. Shining true.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be doing some bulk preparation. I need to stock up my shelf, so I decided I will make this video showing you guys me preparing some bulk items. And also, you see these containers I have here. I had these in my cart for Temu, and I guess I forgot to log out or whatever. And then I got this email like 5 days later saying that your stuff is gonna be delivered. I'm like, what stuff? So I go in and I look, and there it was, these containers. I didn't mean to order these just yet, but these were some containers that I did want, but again, I didn't plan on ordering them right now. So these will be used for my body oils. All right, so here we are preparing some bulk carpet freshener. So I wanted to have the base part done, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm preparing my bulk base, so that way when I need to fill my containers, then I can just go to my bulk supply and fill them up. But before filling them up, I will just add the oils into them. That way, instead of just putting oils in the whole batch, I'll just have the batch. Okay, so right here, what I'm doing is I'm getting all the clumps out. And as you notice, the more I do it, excuse me, you'll see that the product will start to get more light and airy. Now, here you do want to make sure you wear a mask, because you'll see all the dust coming up from the product. So yeah, so make sure you wear a mask, because this stuff was just flying everywhere, y'all. But yeah, so here I am. It's like kneading. So as I go deep into it, I can feel those little clumps. So you want to make sure you get all the clumps out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm working it, and I'm working to get these clumps out. And as you see, you can see it's getting airier. So that means it's getting lighter. All right, so now it's time to fill them up. So these are the containers. I found these containers at Roses. So I'm not certain if you guys have a Roses where you at. But I did find these, and I thought these would work perfect. So I did get 2. And so I'm just going ahead and filling these up. All right, so that's the last of that. So I didn't make enough to do 2 jars, but here I am writing on it, so I know what it is, and then I'll put it away. Yeah, I really like these containers. You see it came with a little chalk section, and it came with the chalk, so that's very good. So that way, if I decide to use these containers for something else, I can, use it for something else. All right, so here I am. I'm getting ready to make some carpet freshener from the batch that I just made, because I do need to stock up my shelf. So I will be making some batches of our carpet freshener. So I will be making about 3 or 4 different kinds. So here I'm just stirring up the fragrance oil that I put in here, because you do want to make sure that you get it real good. And so what I'm doing is I'm going in, making sure everything is incorporated. And so I'm also feeling for any lumps to make sure there's no lumps, and to make sure that everything, again, is incorporated. Now, once I finish doing this, I will let it sit. Generally, you can let it sit for a few hours, but I decided to let it sit overnight. So here I am. I'm back the next day. I'm going ahead stirring it up. And you saw the little net that I had. That's what I use when I have to have my products sit overnight. See, I forgot to tear out the scale. So I'm tearing out the scale, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the products. Now these containers, they are 8 ounce, they're 10 ounces, but I do fill them up to 8 ounces. And then depending on the type of fragrance oil that you use, sometimes it'll look like less, and then sometimes it'll look like more. So what we will see in this one is that it looks like it is 10 ounces, but it's actually 8 ounces when I weigh it. But again, back to the net that you saw me using. That net is what I use when I need to let my products sit overnight and I don't want anything getting on it. So I will cover them up with nets. And those little nets, you can get those from I think I got them off of Temu years ago. But they're the kind that you can use for your picnic. So, and here I am. This is another carpet base that I made, and I put it in this jar. So I do believe in recycling. So if I have containers that I can reuse, I will reuse them. And see, this is an old instant coffee jar. Yeah, comes in handy. And these are all the batches that I did for this day. All right, so now it's time to do my bath bombs. So these are all the ingredients. Now, if you haven't seen the video of me turning my freezer into storage, go ahead and look at that video. It's very interesting. All right, so what I'm doing right here, I was getting the baking soda that I'm going to use for my bath bombs. And these are the other ingredients that I'm putting in. Yeah, so this way, making these batches of bath bombs, I have them ready and available. So it's about stocking up and getting ready. So since I am limited on space, it does help out for me to do things in batches. And then also it stops me from having to put in so much time trying to create stuff. So if the base part is already done, then all I need to do is just go ahead and add the fragrance. Ooh, look at all of that. Again, make sure you wear your mask. You see all that dust, the powder that's coming up? Yes. All right, so it is time to get the coconut oil ready. So I do have to melt this part. So now I'm just getting all my other ingredients and adding them in this cup. So I'm not weighing it. I'm just adding it in this cup because I know what the measurements are that I need, how much I need. So I just needed it in a container. So I didn't want to put it in something big. So this is perfect. And as you can tell, this is a messy job. You see that shirt of mine? Yeah. It is a messy job, but it's worth it. I got sidetracked for a minute. Oh, sometimes I have to have my TV on or my tablet in there with me or music on, to keep me going. All right, so now we're just mixing everything up. And then again, I'm going to make sure I get all the lumps out, make sure everything is incorporated. So yeah, this may take a while. So you want to make sure everything is incorporated. So that's all the oils and the fragrance and everything that I put in there. So yeah, we want to make sure that everything is incorporated. And then after we do that, then we're going to separate it. So for this batch, I will be making 4 different colors. So 3 colors and 1 white. So here I'm separating my batches. So I think I did about 15 ounces for each. Yeah, I did 15 ounces for each. And so this is my last colored one. And then the big bowl will be the white portion. So with these bath bombs, I will be doing multicolors. So yeah, so this is the green. Don't remember what that green was, but it came in the packet that I showed you earlier. So I am using two different types of blue. So we have that green and then we have that blue. And then you're going to see another blue, which is a little lighter than the blue that I just used. And then again, we're going to have our white batch. So here I'm trying to make sure that all the color is incorporated so there's no white specks. And we want to get that nice vibrant green. And the same thing for the blue. I'm going to need to add just a little bit more because it wasn't turning blue the way I wanted it to. But now the more I do it with that second, you will see it turn. There you go. You see it turning. And then again, like I said, the other blue that I'm using for these bath bombs is a different blue. And again, here I am making sure everything is incorporated, making sure I got all those lumps out from the oils. All right, so here's the other blue. All right, so this is a nice blue as well. So again, I'm trying to make sure everything is incorporated. I got everything mixed up, no lumps or anything of that nature. So we want everything to be smooth and so that when we do the bath bombs, you don't see any lumps or clumps. All right, so in the beginning you saw I had got my distilled water, but I decided to use my alcohol, which I like better because it's already in the spray bottle. So I guess I can get another spray bottle for the water. But I really like the alcohol. And then it's more control than pouring it in. But again, like I said, I can get another spray bottle and I can use that for my water. So here I am, I'm putting them in the molds. And so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to make the bath bombs and then I am going to leave them in their molds. Generally, you can leave it in for 24 hours, but since I am going to be away, it may be a week, y'all, before I unmold these things. So, yeah. So I will be doing a lot of different sizes. All right, so you see me mixing the colors. So I have the blue and then I have the white. So one side is going to be blue, one side is going to be white. And again, you see me spritzing. Because I do believe I forgot to actually spritz the blue. So we'll see how those turn out. All right, so we're just gonna sit here. I'll let you see what I'm doing. You'll see all the different variations that I'm making in the sizes. So here I showed you what it looks like. Yeah, so that's one of the larger ones. So I believe I made some small, medium, large, and then a few extra larges or what have you. All right, so now I'm moving to the other colors. So I decided to do 3 of each variation. So now I'm on the second variation. So for those who like making products, this would be something that you would probably really like making. You know, I just like making things. Oh, okay, I guess I'm done. So I'm cleaning up now, trying to get up as much as I can. So now that I look at the video, I see I did kind of miss something, but I did go behind me and spray it and wipe it down. All right, so these are all of the containers that I made. Oh, so now here I am. I am making myself dinner because I have finished all my bulk supplies. I made my batches. I made my base. So now it's time for me to have something to eat. So I'm making myself a protein bowl. I had a taste for a protein bowl. I haven't had one in a long time. So yeah, I wanted a protein bowl. So here I am prepping my stuff so that I can get this protein bowl going. And I tell you guys, that bowl was really good. Yeah, so you can, as you can tell, I like bell peppers. So let me know down in the comments, do you like protein bowls? And if so, what do you put in yours? Now, I do make my protein bowls in different ways, but in this one, I didn't add any meat, but that was not my intention. I did intended adding meat in it, but I forgot. But it still was good. Sometimes I'll put some diced up chicken, or I'll put some shrimp. It just depends on what it is that I want in my protein bowl. Sometimes I'll use black beans. Sometimes I'll use pinto beans, navy beans. It just depends. So when you make your protein bowl, what do you put in your protein bowl? Now, see this avocado? It wasn't as ripe as it should have been. I tried to find one that was ripe, but the store didn't have it, so this is what I got. But it still was good. Yeah, so since I'm done with all my bulk preparation, well, not really done, but especially for my carpet freshener and for my bath bomb. So now I do need to do a bulk supply, a base for that. So that way when I do my bath bombs, all I need to do is just, add the fragrance and all that and just go ahead and be done with it. It makes it much more easier when everything is already prepped. I did go ahead and buy a container because I did want to have bulk supplies for some of my supplies. So since I use the baking soda a lot in a lot of my products, I went ahead and got me a 5-gallon bucket. That's what you saw when I was bent over putting the stuff in the container. I was getting my baking soda. Also, I try to buy other containers, so I'm trying to make it easier for myself as far as my supplies. And again, like I said, my workspace is very limited, so I do need to be very cautious and mindful of the things that I buy and where I can house them. All right, y'all, here I am. I'm almost done getting my bowl together. I'm putting my seasonings in it. Yeah, because I don't want to have a plain bowl. So yeah, here we are putting that seasoning in there. I wish you can smell it. Everything smells so good, y'all. It's just like when I was in the workstation and I was preparing my stuff, how it smells so good. Oh, here we are, the finished product.